Hello dear friends, so today I'm going to do another drawing video, but with, trying to talk a little bit about the technique, but also about, in general, about different things. So we start doing like, I'm also copying from a photograph here, and just doing like, trying to copy first, like just the general shape of the face. Yeah, I can adjust this later, hopefully. So let's see. Something like this. And then we have here. Okay, yeah, it's not very good yet, but hopefully it's going to get a more decent shape later on. We'll see. The position is a little bit uncomfortable because the camera is here, so I should have set up differently. Okay, so let's try, see how this goes. So yeah, in general you kind of try to do first the just kind of trying to general shape, and then at least that's how I work. Like first general shape and then go approximating, trying to make it more similar to the actual person. And in terms of the proportions, I mean, some people have techniques to do, like like lines or things like that, like where are the eyes, where is the nose. More or less, you have like the nose more or less in the center. You have like 3/3, right? Like so basically you have yeah, here's not exactly right, but okay, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so you should have like 3/3, the face divided in 3/3. And then you kind of start positioning your mouth and nose and eyes. This is not very good so far, but hopefully it's going to become better. And yeah, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do a video that talks a little bit about drawing and also about a little bit about art in general today. I mean, different themes every day, but today about art. And yeah, it's kind of hard to concentrate on drawing and also on talking, so I'm not sure if this is going to work. But my videos don't have a lot of viewers anyway, so nobody cares, and I don't care either. Basically, I mean, I'm learning to draw, trying to learn to draw or improve my drawing. I mean, I know at least the basics, but I think I need to get better. And not because I want to become a famous artist, which I don't care about, and also, to become a famous artist you have to be part of the families, it's not like anyone can become famous just on the basis of talent, especially today where talent is not really important in art. It's more about connections and doing kind of weird stuff. So that's what today is more important. I guess before, like in the Middle Ages or in the Renaissance, you did have, if you had talent, even if you're poor, you could, you would get noticed, and you would eventually be hired to do great things. But today, I don't think that is the case, especially because, there is not interest in doing classic figurative art. And yeah, for me what I like is just learning the skill. It's not about becoming famous. It's about learning the skill of drawing and being able to reproduce things both from nature, and from portraits of live models, and also from photographs. Ideally, of course, it's better to work with a live model, but that's not so easy. So right now I'm working just from photographs, and yeah, this is not looking very good at all. What I may do later, I may just do like a, what's it called, like a time lapse, because I'm not sure this video, I mean, I usually it takes me several hours to do a drawing, and so maybe it's a little bit kind of pointless to do this like this, you know. Yeah, now in the cold light of morning, we see that it's not that great, the portrait. Well, it was more like a quick sketch, more like an exercise that I wanted to do. And the good thing is that it still resembles Meloni. You can recognize her expression, I think. But yeah, it's not so good in terms of well, proportions. Like the eyes are too big. Yeah, I tend to make the eyes sometimes too big because I like drawing all eyes, and so sometimes I make them too big respective to the face, and which can work if it's like caricature. Which this one looks a little bit more like a caricature than a realistic drawing because you know the eyes are too big, and here the down here is too small. Is also not the right proportion. So if I wanted to improve it, I would have to redo the whole chin part and remake the eyes. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because well, it was supposed to be just like a sort of sketch, this one, and it would take a long time to do it completely right. But we'll see. So I don't know how many people are interested in drawing among the viewers. So why did I choose Meloni? Originally I wanted to talk a little bit about Europe and what's going on now with all these people talking about war. And it's kind of silly because Europe doesn't have any kind of defense or army. They rely on the US, and even if they had, who's going to fight this war? You know, the population is getting old, and they have a lot of migrants that are not going to be fighting their war for them. So yeah, it's a kind of complicated situation. So they say that America creates, China imitates, and Europe regulates. And this is more or less what's been happening for the past years. You know, Europe doesn't have a lot of innovation. They are just, at least what they call the EU, right? They don't innovate a lot. They just pass all these laws trying to regulate what other people do, and sometimes very stupid laws. And they talk a lot about European values. You hear them talking about European values. But what are those European values? You know, it's actually the opposite of values. They don't seem to have any value. First of all, the population is not reproducing. They have a huge demographic crisis. No one is getting married, no one is having children. Most of the countries had record low birth rates. And on top of that, the population is being replaced by migrants from Africa and North African countries mostly, but also from other regions. And how can how can a civilization survive if it doesn't even reproduce? And the only values that you hear people talking about are the things about climate change, which is sort of an apocalyptic code, because it's kind of about worrying about the end of the world, basically. And about, I don't know, euthanasia, which is, I know someone actually who is kind of yeah, kind of an activist of euthanasia. And it doesn't matter what you think about it, if it's right or wrong, but the thing is that, civilization that is not reproducing, not having children, and just worrying about easier ways to die, what does it tell you about the future? Doesn't seem like it has a lot going on for it. And it's a pity because actually I love Europe. I prefer traditional European culture to American culture, which you can say, well, you can't, I'm not sure if you could say that America has a culture as it is. It's kind of a hodgepodge of different things. So yeah, it's a pity. But I don't know. I think it's really more like a civilizational crisis. And we'll see. It's possible that something happens and people rediscover their will to live. But for now, yeah, there's a lot of huge problems going on in Europe. And Meloni is just a puppet like all the other leaders, current European leaders. I kind of find her a little bit more sympathetic than the others, not because of her politics, she didn't do anything like against immigration. She's not that great on anything, I think. But just like her face, she makes these funny faces. So I thought she would be a fun thing to draw. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue this drawing. I mean, I wanted to, well, redo this whole part here down, and of course I would have to erase and do again the eyes. So I don't know, maybe some other time. Okay, thanks for watching, if anyone did, and take care. Have a good Sunday. Goodbye.